Hello everyone, I just want to take you on a little journey today. I want to speak about my labour room experience with our firstborn son Harrison, but we need to go back 3 years. Three years ago, I'd just come back from Afghan. I'd been away for 3 months. The last time I'd seen Tash, she was 20 weeks pregnant, we're now on week 35, and I was in this lift heading up home, and you've got to bear in mind the amount of excitement that I was feeling and how much I was looking forward to seeing my partner and seeing the baby bump in full term near enough. I woke up suddenly soaking wet, I was wet all the way through, and Tash's waters had broken. We were like, what do we even do? What even happens here? We were panicking. Tash wasn't due for another 5 weeks, and we were thinking, what the hell's going on? I was worried, anxious, panicking a little bit because she was only 35 weeks. She rang her mum for her advice, and her mum was like, just get to the hospital. So we're just heading over to Derriford Hospital, just so you can get my thoughts, what I was thinking as a dad really, with your wife sitting in the seat next to you, or your partner, flapping and panicking, thinking, well, I'm 5 weeks early and my waters have gone. Like, that stuff goes everywhere. So I strongly recommend that you make sure you've got like a black bag in the car to put on the seat, because you don't want to ruin the seats. Don't you think that it felt really eerie going back there? It was weird. Like, it was weird being back. That was our lives before our children, and it's a weird thought to think that that night that we left, we never went back. So I've decided to use the actual maternity ward as my backdrop, because this is where it actually happened. And at 5:30 Harrison was born, and the lead up to the 5:30 period was brilliant. It was really, really good actually, because it was like calm, it was relaxed. Tasha had an epidural, she couldn't feel anything. The midwife was even telling her when the contractions were happening. You know, we were even playing like Scrabble at one point, you know? It was that like, it sounds weird because you always think of like one born every minute, don't you? You always think of like people crying and screaming and large shouts and things like that, and it wasn't like that, to be fair. It was all, it was more calmer, and it was nice, to be fair. It was like a nice atmosphere. But the last hour then after that, so I'd say from about 4 o'clock, the midwife then turned around and said, like, it's now time to push. And at that period, well, that thought process in my head was like, crap, like, it's actually happening. Like, in the next hour or so, you know, he's going to be here, and that's it now. It's dad time then, isn't it? That's when the moment, I think, in your mind changes, and that's when your life will change. The biggest thing that actually sticks out in my mind, the biggest memory I've got of it, is they said to me, oh, do you want to see the head come out? I thought, oh my god. So I said, well, no, not really, but the curiosity does kill the cat. And I poked my head over, because I was at the top end, because the mother-in-law had taken over and she was dealing with everything. So I poked my head over, and just imagine like a big red balloon just getting like blown up, and that's how I'd explain it. It was just getting like pushed out, and it was just coming out, and then the next thing it was just like bang, and it was just like this big like squash head like just rammed out there, and I was just like, oh my god, like, what the hell do you even do at that point? But you know, they pulled him out, and we didn't get any like immediate skin to skin contact or cuddles or anything like that. It wasn't normal. It wasn't normal. They put him on like a little bed and they checked him over, and he had a problem. He couldn't breathe. I was worried for Tash, but I couldn't portray that across to her because I wanted her to know that I was there to like reassure her and back her up. And I'd say that was the difficult bit, was making sure that she was happy and she still knew what was going on. Like, I can't vouch for everyone, because your story could be different to my story, or because of what happened to you could be a lot different to what happened to me. Harrison's like nearly 3 now, and after that day he left and he got blue lighted to Southampton PICU, where he spent 3 months, and we followed up and we spent day and night by his bedside, making sure that we were there for him so that we could bring him home, and which we did. And you'll see as you follow our vlogs and follow through our journey, you know, what type of little boy he is, and he's a wonderful, wonderful little lad, and he brings immense pride to myself and Tash in the way of what he's come over and how he's got over it.